some last patch, right? Some PA teams, they would just go and hold their triangle and hold their triangle and hold their triangle and just funnel all the net worth into this one PA and just wait and wait and wait. Eventually the PA carries the game. Can they do that?
I don't think so.
Can they do that this game?
I think there's too much pickoff, but also the Centaur really is a one position offlaner, I call him, because he spends the first 15 minutes farming. They're just going to get too much off the map if they do that.
Fair enough. Let's go to Kyle and Owen. They're ready to cast game 2.
Thank you very much, Cap. And so, yeah, Kyle, it definitely seems to be that you sort of are giving Extremum much more of a chance here in this game, too, in terms of what they've been able to draft against Navi.
Yeah, it just looks so much better on paper, and I think it's just more in their wheelhouse, too, the comfort zone. Mellow Jewel, I have seen this guy show up in some high-level pubs I've been tuning into. Every single time I see him, he's playing Void Spirit. They have the confidence to early pick his hero. I think Wraith King in general is just much simpler to play around than an Ursa as well. And the support duo actually does damage.
And again, so for Navi, what is the major concern here? It's just that there's going to be this bit of the game where Extremum's going to be coming at them, and you don't necessarily see them with these sort of two, a little bit greedier Cause of Storm and PA being ready for that.
Well, Navi, you got your big 1-2 punch prefers skirmishes, you know, in and out, in and out. Extremum, they're all about the team fight, and it is quite formidable. Navi, you can win your lanes, go after a nice lead. Maybe grab a first blood though if you're Extremum. This is a pretty nice position. They're coming in from the high ground. Gotta be careful here.
The battle begins.
Well, this is a pretty solid way to start it. I would always want to fly. And they've got him. We'll skill the Remnant, but he'll be worth it for Mello. Sets up for the kill, and he'll also be the one to get it. So first blood for Mello in that mid lane.
Yeah, they do get 3 bounties though, so you will be somewhat pleased as Navi. They also forced the Remnant, as you stated, so mid will be a little tougher against the Storm.
Let's see how some of these lanes go. And we have seen, Storm, for the most part, can pressure the Void Spirit. It feels, you are a lot of magical burst. Void Spirit is having to step up outside of the Remnant outside of the Pulse, sorry, to get CS. So likely to take a lot of damage from the burst from Iceberg after a few levels are online.
And Roger once again just messing with the Creepolibrium. Ramsey's very pleased with that. This is the ideal hero to farm creeps plus camps.
Oh, damage onto Roger. And we'll manage to get the rest of the creep wave round to meet safely behind the tower.
And V-Tune taking some pressure down bottom. Got sharded in, had to do a bunch of juke since he's not quite level 2 yet. Probably going to be once again a more passive laning phase. But Iceberg doing much better in mid lane than the previous game. Big part of that, just the Storm vs Void Spirit matchup as we discussed, and also of course that Remnant first. Yeah, you get first blood, but you can't push waves. That's what Iceberg's been doing this whole time. Looks like he might even try to steal the rune from Mellow Jewel. We'll see. I think they'll both get one no matter what. You just pick a side of the river. Run to it.
Oh, but you're right. No, with the pressure that Iceberg's been able to put on, already coming out with a nice bit of a CS advantage against Mello. V-Tune, I mean, he's farming fine down here. So far, first few waves, they haven't really been able to make him sort of push him back from the creeps. A very good farm for him so far. Much better compared to what Nefrit's been able to achieve so far up top.
Yeah, this is going very well, actually, for Ramses. He does have a pretty significant base damage advantage at 72, without taking into account Atrophy Aura. Wraith King losing a healthy chunk when he goes to CS against him.
Mid lane, just each time Mello steps up, Iceberg able to trade a lot of damage back onto the Void Spirit, making it a tough lane for him to step up into.
I love this from Iceberg. He farms easy camp, stacks hard camp, and then grabs rune. Top lane, just again, Messing with the creep mechanics is Roger. You don't even mind if the camp goes hard. You can see he pings it out. Ramsey's just like, oh, cool, thanks, buddy. I got a soul ring. I'll nuke this. We'll take some extra gold here. And yeah, sure, G will get some XP, but I think you take this trade because it just takes it out of the Wraith King's pocket. He's the one who wants that hard camp.
A lot of money for Ramses in this top lane. And again, look, all three of Navi's cores, 20 CS at the moment, precisely even on the last hits here, as none of them having any sort of pressure on them whatsoever with these lane setups.
Careful mid.
See mid at
coming in.
Also on the top lane trying to get in aggressive. They got the snowball in over towards Iceberg, but another remnant's down. Shoot. Managed to grab him with the shards. Iceberg's got the fairy fire though, and he'll be fine.
Radiant's
Gets
courier
away.
has been killed.
Oh, they got V-Tune's courier. Most unfortunate, he won with the regen now, but they are doing quite okay in the laning phase, so should be fine. Shachlo, once he gets Vanguard, just starts clicking him in the face. Although, what a weird build. BSJ might have something to say about this. No points in Retaliate against PA Oracle? 2 points double edge? It's bold.
Yeah, I guess he wants
I've
to
not
kill.
seen that.
He wants to kill. But is he going to get the opportunity for that? Well, we'll see if he can find chances with Chu to get the job done with that leveled up double edge in the lane. Maybe the catch on always want to fly, but Shashlo not quite able to get over and find the connection in time. It's top lane Ramses. A lot of damage here with a little shredder. Have they got enough? Oh, quite. He's going to be fine. Ramses still keeping it solid up on that top lane. Nefrit now matching him in farm. 25 and 10 on the Wraith King, really catching up.
Yeah, so far so good for Navi. Ahead in all three lanes.
Bottom. Quite getting on to always want to fly. The snowball not going to be comboed up upon. Just not getting the kills down here. Not slowing down V-Tune at all.
That's not slowing down now in this lane. Oh, mid. Might happen. He's not 6.
Have they got enough first? Fairy Fire's popped. He's trying to run. Oh, Roger's in. He wants this kill. They've got it. Gives him just enough vision. I mean, he must have only just had it for long enough to get an attack off. It's enough. Iceberg as he preps it. Another burst.
That's a huge kill. As soon as Void Spirit's 6, that's not possible, but it's right at the timing where you'll have an uncontested first power rune of the game as well, going to Iceberg's bottle.
Dire's middle
So
tower
it's like,
is under attack.
you know, sometimes you get the kill, it's not huge. Oh, not regen, of course, because, you know, the mid player, they come back full HP, full mana, shove you out of lane, but when you get power rune off of it, especially a regen, now it's just insane value. He'll drop a ward, he'll farm some camps, maybe just gank top, yeah, like one of Ramsey's.
So close, but Roger able to come in, and that stun will save him. Iceberg is going to be farming some camps, farming some couriers. Nefrit's on the way back.
Zap! Looking for me?
Gonna go farm the stack he made earlier. Oh, this is the dream regen rune.
Yeah, great efficiency from Iceberg. Getting the maximum out of it possible. Taking some camps from Extremum's half of the map, and just cleaning up his own stack as well. There's over 50 CS here now on the mid-storm.
That just feels so good. Oh, man.
This time around, top lane, Roger's not going to be there to bail Ramses out.
Yeah, the phase boots coming online. I mean, with the no boots, Vanguard Rush, you're just going to straight up die to these crits with a little shredder minus armor attached. I like this. Iceberg jungles now. Roger tries to get his XP mid.
See bottom. I really want to try and kill, always want to fly. They keep going in on him with the snowball, but just not quite having enough damage between the two of them to kill the Oracle.
And 3 points double edge too. It's just so odd when you consider that it's an Oracle. You're just going to edict any target stunned. So you have to hold double edge for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, does it sort of affect your game outside of the lane? I mean, if you go for this build, if you haven't sort of got the retaliate to what sort of tank through farming some camps, is that going to hurt? Or?
I think it's just the lack of ability to pressure tower is hard.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it is only half damage, but with the Vanguard, you just take so little from the hits. They go for Mellow.
See if they've got enough damage here. They've got the step between the two of them. Firestorm coming in as well from the side. Simulates up. Mellow jumps out with the Astral.
Oh, he died.
Under attack.
Yeah, wait, what did he die to up there from Roger?
Radiant structures.
Oh, he carapaced the magical burst
mark.
from the step. Yeah, the mark left on him. And that did it.
Well done.
Was a little greedy from Mellow. Of
Yeah,
course.
I thought he was
He
out.
he could have jumped out with the Dissimulate, opted to stay, get that extra bit of damage onto Iceberg. Didn't end up being enough. Iceberg able to just live. So Mellow taking that added risk there to try and kill Iceberg did not pay off. It means that he's left too low to get out and not have to worry about the threat of that.
Oh no!
Radiant's
Just the
bottom
Vanguard.
tower is under
The
attack.
item he needed to guarantee his survival. Most unfortunate.
Are scanning.
Only a minute and a half, but still, he's far less safe pushing out lanes without that complete. And it's such a peaceful game. I'm rocking in my chair.
I
I'm
still like
nervous
this at the
about
start of last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's cozy.
We'll see again here. Mellow getting jumped upon. Could have opted to get out here, but wanted to stick around and try and bring down Iceberg, and just ends up sticking around a little too long. He's out to the side.
Yeah,
Perfect
rock.
carapace.
Yeah, that was so well played though, because he also blocked the escape path. Right, he knew he was going to get marked if he stood between Mellow Jewel and that high ground. Another reason why you got to figure going just to dissimulate on high ground location would have been ideal. V-Tune again, a timely rotation. We'll just camp this tower. You can see G and Nefert, they want to pressure it, but you can't just dive a PA.
I only got 4 of
Can
them.
you?
I got a lot of them. They're able to take down the tower.
Oh, the blur. Oh, he had blur just enough time to get into the trees.
That was a nice back off there from V-Tune. Now Iceberg. He's going to start going in on them from the high ground here. Extremum. They will run.
Tower is under attack.
Iceberg. Yes, you take them down. They've got Ramses coming in as well with the pit. As Tube looking pretty dead here. They'll take down the Tusk. And they're not going to be able to get away with that attempted move onto V-Tune. V-Tune just a little too well prepared for it.
Different kind of build from Ramses. When I've seen Underlords nowadays, I see a lot of 4-4-1. A lot of early points in pit. Playing more for the farm speed, I suppose, than mid-game engagements. And yeah, 3-2, but still relatively even. I think pretty soon you're going to see the Extremum draft comp start to pull ahead, just in terms of what they can get done across the map. Navi kind of forced to play a much more reactive and passive game. It's really just Iceberg and Roger who are able to make anything happen.
We did see there though as well quite a difference in the amount that they've managed to get from the runes this game. 9 runes taken by Navi compared to just the 2 of Extremum. About a 1,500 gold difference this early on just from what they've been able to gain from bounty runes.
Ramses is in a lot of trouble. Yeah, he's going to get the hell out of dodge. And Roger, he's like, okay, we're not fighting there, but I saw a courier doing his best bounty hunter impression. Tracking. Roger. Get it.
Oh, he's not going to be
Get it
able to
over the
catch up.
pass. He's like,
I can't catch up now. Well, can he? No, he can't. Yeah, the vendetta's ended. Won't be able to sneak up on that.
this is the one downside of Nyx. It's like, what do you do now? You place a good ward. All right, that's something. Thank you, JJ. But outside of that, now it's just, okay, I've made it into enemy territory. Gonna have to camp out for a couple of days. I brought my tent, my canteen, 25 seconds to my ult.
So close as well to all these couriers, just as sort of 4 of them pass around the nearby neighborhood. We'll see this one coming out. Wants to go for that? No, not after the couriers. Meanwhile, Shashlight is going to be able to kill the boys on a fly. But
whoa, what?
V-Tune, Extremum make the move whilst Roger's just chilling.
I'm watching Animal Planet. What's going on in the jungle? The teleport now to the top.
Now he's out. But yeah, hey, so Roger being over there, a bit of space to make a play for Extremum. They get 2 of them in the big one. V-Tune taken out.
And a different kind of build as well from Iceberg. Maybe just recognizing the state of the game. He went for a Kaya. Typically you see a lot of stones with the Orchid Rush, but you know, this is a Void Spirit. As expected, he will go for the first sight of Mules,
Radiant's
so
middle
it's not
tower
as if he
is
would have been
under
able
attack.
to Orchid kill him. And Wraith King has 2 lives, and well, Centaur is a Vanguard. He's not really your target. Just a rough Storm game, so not surprised to see him going for more of the farming build. Kind of to be expected when you first pick it, though, to be fair.
Sure. Yeah, you're not going to get sort of handed to you these cores that you want to be zipping in on. Shashlo with this Vanguard hood at a point where he can position himself as aggressively as he likes there, standing around the mid. As it's fair and likely that Navi's going to go on him. And if they do, it's going to be using so many heroes that you're going to be very happy with the space on the side lanes for Nefrit.
And you can see why BSJ said this Underlord's the only hero you really can pick, because they needed something to do exactly this. Just be big, right? Sit here, defend towers, spam spells.
Right,
Is he just dead?
They've got him. It is enough.
All right.
Enough damage that I tell you, like, he wasn't expecting that, Shashlo.
Yeah, and
He didn't expect to die there.
in retrospect, he was fairly bold, standing there, daytime, in vision, tanking tower, trying to slowly whittle it down.
Dire are scanning.
Oh no. Well, yeah, he might be
Definition
doing
of
that again.
confidence.
Yes, just a little too much there from Shashlo.
What's curious, if you click Nefrit, so it's the battlefield to be expected on the PA, but the Wraith King actually, Armlet first, has an AC queued up. So not going to go for the Radiant style unless he decides
really?
to change his mind. This is way more about battling.
About this. Armlet AC.
Typically you'd see a Deso first, right? Or
If you wanted to go the physical if you wanted to go that route, yeah, but you're right. AC rush.
With the
okay.
little Shredder, with the Tusk, I mean, there's a lot of synergy there.
Sure there is. Void Spirit's got a bit of physical coming out as well with the steps, and obviously you want to protect your team against the burst of Vichum, and Vichum gets his Deso. So yeah, it's definitely this, but not having items like the Radiance will potentially slow down his farming capability. But as you said, maybe they just want to fight. Yeah, they just want to fight.
Radiant's
Also,
middle tower
Vichum,
is
2
under
games in a row
attack.
also. He puts 4
Radiant
points in his
structures are
leap
fortified.
for the farming speed before 4 points dagger. Typically, I've seen a lot of 4-1-1s, but he keeps dagger at level
Radiant's
3.
middle tower
Alright.
has fallen.
Oh, I like that. I mean,
cool,
at
yeah.
this point of the game, yeah, you're going to be feeling better blink striking the creep camps rather than daggering them.
Nice job. I always want to fly. Gotta be careful here, though. Dire is coming in. They have Centaur already. It's very spooky.
Yeah, Shashlo's going to be able to start the fight on top of always want to fly. And they've got enough damage. They take him out. Now Iceberg's going to turn towards Shoot. Kisses are coming in from the side, though. Iceberg, he's got to get out of there. As he's zipping away. Vichun, he's not going to be able to make it out. The TP taking a little too long. They're able to cancel it with the Yules. Vichun, he's able to jump out in time, though. As Nefrit, has he got another bit of a catch to grab him? They're slowing him down. Iceberg trying to keep Vichun safe. As Iceberg, with those hits, will slow Nefrit enough so he can't get in range for the stun. Vichun will get out. And at the end of it all, it will just be Roger going down as well, as Navi managed to keep all their cores alive there.
That was so sick from Iceberg. He zipped, he popped the invis, and was standing just in range of the leap away. Iceberg, very aware, post-Centaur stun, gets out, then a couple of auto attacks just to keep the Wraith King of Nefrit out of range for a stun that would have almost certainly finished him off. That was sick, because Navi, their draft just needs time. This is Extremum's time to shine. They are so strong at the moment. Let's watch this again. Yeah, look, Iceberg pops the invis, zips away. He's just going to stand there. He was looking to see, I don't know
How'd they not
Vichun
kill him? It's
noticed.
so low.
Miss again, zip away.
And they couldn't quite catch him yet.
Yeah, it gets tougher. I mean, Underlord scales. This hero, he is a big problem later on in the game. In addition, the PA Storm will, in theory, be more formidable late game than the counterparts on this Dire side. Blink up on Centaur, though. That is nice. You have some true initiation now for Extremum. And well, I love this, actually. Kaya BKB on Iceberg. That'll be the build.
Okay.
You don't see this very often. A lot of Storms are much more selfish, but in this game, I think it's necessary.
Yeah, we saw sort of, I guess, similar in the sense we had a Storm the other day go for Kaya Sanj first item. So,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
sort of leaning a similar direction as you said with this Kaya into BKB, just seeing no value in the Orchid this game, understandably, with
Makes sense.
what he's up against, and just making sure he can get in. And it's kind of like we saw in that last fight, just be someone that can go in and out, be a real distraction, whilst V-Tune's able to go target to target and actually do the damage.
And it allows his Oracle to play around his PA.
Yeah.
He can keep himself alive.
V-Tune's in. They get the kill here. With the pin down. They've also got the catch on to Shashno's Navi. They'll find the setup to take down the Centaur as well.
Blew the man down.
Okay, we'll take those. Says Navi, you want to fight on our high ground and initiate on a guy with a carapace? Be our guest. That's the thing about the Centaur in this game. Underlord does max HP based damage. You got to be real cautious against him.
They're trying to go in onto Ramses here with the kisses. It's not going to be nearly enough damage though, as Ramses, he's totally fine there. So kisses down the drain there from G. Be able to get anything done with that.
Time to collect the tier 2 items. Iceberg holding what I believe is the second best. No, first now. Royal Jelly's gone. That was the
Gone.
best because it was.
I missed the jelly. I think
did
every
too.
core misses the jelly.
Indeed. But the ring, I believe, is the best tier 1 item. Royal,
The Essence
the
ring?
mask. Yeah, no.
Oh, the Possessed Mask.
The Possessed Mask, I think, is best for some heroes, but the Arcane Ring,
Oh, the Art of Sure. Okay, yeah,
just,
for any.
it's
yeah.
armor and 10 intelligence plus a free mana restore.
Oh, absolutely.
That's absurdly powerful.
Yeah, you love it. Love it on the Storm.
It's what, representing like 1,200 gold plus the Arcane Ring effect? Not bad. Oh, nice initiation.
Up straight in, they've got him. Quick burst there between the two of them, and now they're going to look for more. As Iceberg is a little low on mana. Shashno's in with the stun, but the false promise comes out. Now Iceberg's going to look to turn him with the help of Vici. They've got the damage to just tear through Shashlo. This Centaur just disappearing in a second. As that's definitely got to be a bit of a worry. We're seeing this now, Shashlo, this big beefy Centaur, he's not surviving very long at all anymore.
No, he's not. It's just too much percent-based damage. The magical pressure as well. Really nice positioning from Always Want to Fly, but Navi are doing a great job just keeping the cores ahead of the supports. You can see the initiation came in there on the Iceberg, but he was edicted before the Centaur stunned, so no damage taken from that or that maxed out double edge. And then he just ulted. He's like, oh, I'll fight. There's a nice pit. There's the wave of fire. Ramses. Yeah, he also talented for the radius on it, and we can see this one more time. Great initiation, just way too much burst. That's a Yules, that's an active defensive item. Doesn't actually increase the survivability. Then they just go straight in for 2. There's the edict. Boom. That initiation, nada. More damage done to Shachlo there than he actually did to the Storm.
Yeah.
And then you're in a choke point, and you're dead.
Yeah, first fight as well, where V-Tune turns up with the Desolator, and yes, you really see that go to action on the Centaur. Yeah. Shashlo just disappears. Extremum, they're going to go for a Roshan attempt here, though. Navi are all up. So if Extremum get away with this, this is what with the AC complete it is, so speeding it up a little bit, and it's working. It's working so far. Navi not looking to make any sort of move towards this. They don't expect it at all. A smart heads-up player from Extremum.
Yeah, they're looking to go smoke right now. It's going to be too little too late.
Or Aegis.
Died.
Yeah, Melo's got it. Yeah. Melo's got it.
Yeah, Iceberg, he went for the Kaya Sanch too, so he didn't go
He
for
did
the
go
BKB.
closer. Okay, yeah.
I like
saw
that
this the
choice.
other day, yeah.
He didn't need the BKB. They're winning fights. This
Yep.
is better for his just overall scaling. Really nice to have that status resist. I
Radiant's
think in
courier
general,
has
just
been
better to have
killed.
more stats with an Oracle. Buy him more time. If you were to die 100 to 0, that would be just because Always Want to Fly. Needed those extra moments to pop his R button on you. And this BKB, I mean, V2 is just enormous. We're going to start to see the effects of the AC rush on the Wraith King too, because his item progression will not be keeping up with his PA. The tower pressure, though, that'll be something spooky, but Ramses is there to spam the waves.
Courier has been killed.
Well, looking to make a move onto V-Tune here, as V-Tune, has he got enough backup? He's able to jump over towards Roger, Stampede comes out, a move over towards Always Want to Fly, V-Tune, it's going to turn towards Tune, the backup's here from Iceberg, Who's comes down onto the two of them, but Roger's able to turn, gets the stun off, Kisses coming in from the side though, as Iceberg, he's got to be careful, jumps over towards G, won't be able to fully commit to take him down, we'll find an invis rune to help him on the way out, and V-Tune, he's picking apart the backlocks, he gets back in, takes down G, he is a little low, couldn't they burst him though, they're trying, but Melo's out of mana. V-Tune is going to find the setup on the Shashno. Roger's ready to come back in. V-Tune getting low, still alive, jumps over towards the creep. Mello's trying to finish him. They will take him down, but it's cost them 4 lives. One of them being the Aegis. Mello is ready for another round here. See if they can find Roger. Set up with the Ray Fire Blast. Remnant to follow up as well. They will manage to make something happen here with that Aegis usage.
3 for 3. We take those. Well, 2 for 3. The Aegis popped. Does prevent a Mellow Jewel casualty. Or was it 3? Yeah.
4 for 3.
4 for 3.
Okay, yeah, but
Javash died.
4 including that Aegis.
Okay. But they still go ahead and gold. They did get the PA. That was huge.
Yep.
But you can see the Navi damage output is just kind of nuts here. If they find an isolated target, Storm plus PA go in. And I actually love this adaptation from Iceberg. The BKB, when he was thinking about buying it, made a lot of sense. Then they won a couple of fights. Suddenly, it's damage that's starting to be the issue. A big part of that, the Wraith King AC. That defends his squad against the Desolator effect from the PA, but it also means he doesn't have as much of a threat. That timing of the Blink Bash, perhaps, is still going to be a ways away. He also just simply doesn't crit that hard just yet. Needs more damage. MKB will be the choice. That will make things much more spooky. Suddenly, that looks like the Extremum timing of the Minus Armor, and even with the BKB on your PA. I don't know if he's able to go toe-to-toe with an MKB Wraith King. Roger, careful.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's an outpost. 24 minutes in, not bad.
I'm going to smoke up and go here. So they can get the catch on Navi. Iceberg.
Reward.
Stupendous!
Try and get the catch. Mello's in. Is there any backup for Iceberg? They're going on him. Iceberg. He's able to zip away still, though, off to the side. The loser always want to fly, but Vichi's ready to turn. Takes that Mello. Die on the front of this attempt here from Extremum. They'll also end up losing Chu and Shashlo as Navi, they fight back. They're ready for that move to be made, and they're ready to turn it around. As now with the chase over towards Nefrit, they've taken him down at once. There won't be any backup left alive for him here on Extremum as he'll slowly but surely go down a second time. Is Navi ready for that one? They make the aggressive chase to jump onto Iceberg. They couldn't quite keep him locked down. He's still able to zip away.
Shout out to Ramses. MVP. Always want to fly. Was not quite close enough, but that Lotus Orb removes the silence. Easy zip away. GG. You cannot fight into that area of the map into an Underlord. Like the 3-man pit Firestorm, then all of a sudden there's a PA hopping in. It's just nothing you can do. There's no way to target him either because Always Want to Fly was safely concealed way on the downhill. And that's just that. You get the Oracle, but he buys back immediately. That was a nice play. Nice fight by Navi. Being reactive, that's the nature of the draft.
Yeah, and now as the fights are only going to get harder. Storm PA, V-Tune, zooming ahead.
Thank you.
They want to fight, feeling themselves.
I know Extremum make a move here. They are around. Who's going to be the one to go? That's Chu. He's dead. And now they're zipping over to Mello. He gets silenced. The vortex, they'll cook him over towards the side. Up in the air. Will manage to get away. No further stuns to catch him on the way down. So that's Navi being able to push back Extremum, take these objectives.
Structures are fortified.
They're just too strong enough. Pit was off cooldown. That's another kill on the Void Spirit. It's just so hard for him to play. The reach advantage now solely in favor of Navi. When these heroes come online, that Storm PA, there's no escaping them. In addition, Ramses, you can't go for him. He is an Underlord going purely defensive items. He is not a target. You need the supports, but the cores of Navi are just not giving you an opportunity to do so. Extreme, you need good smoke, and you need to somehow pincer the back line. Really your only play. Wraith King MKB, perhaps you could deal with V2 now, but unless you deal with Always Want to Fly, he's just going to get Oracle ulted and save the day.
Here I am.
And Navi, no.
Oh, yeah.
Destruction.
Same reaction.
Yeah, that's a lovely one.
Can tell you're a carry player. These neutral items drop, you get excited.
Well, that's always the dream there for the PA. Take that or a Paladins any day.
Don't kill me.
Just in. Watch it, Shashlo getting knocked down to about 20% of his HP there.
Yeah, the preemptive Lotus Orb is cool too. Wraith King can't stun, and the Void Spirit can't Yules. If he were to do so, come down in a pit, he straight up just dies to a zip in then from the Storm with the Orchid on top.
Extremum just after that move that they tried to make on Navi's for the map by the triangle, you can sort of feel it from them that they don't really know where to go now. You know, what kind of move do they make? Do they have to wait for Navi to get aggressive? Look for Navi to make a bit of a slip up with their moves. I mean, how does Extremum's lineup catch Navi by surprise and get a successful jump on them right now?
That's a good question, Owen. It's easier said than done, right? They know what they need to do, but Storm PA, two of the most elusive heroes in Dota, and if you watch Ramses, like, this man is constantly positioning himself where Extremum could be and where his team is. In addition, this PA, 6 minus armor from the Deso, 4 from the Orb of Destruction, and 3 from the level 20 talent, 13 armor corruption. Unbelievable. The AC of the Wraith King, it was rushed, but it's suddenly starting to feel like it's not enough. +5 against -13.
Radiant's middle tower
Comes the
is
smoke.
under attack.
Another smoke. The trains are about to connect.
He catches it.
Where's the party?
Extremum back underneath their tower. Navi waiting, surrounding them. Extremum gonna try and make a move here onto Ramses. Ramses pretty tanky here. Iceberg's gonna come over the cat player, but dodge the stomp as well. Gets the catch on Shadow, drags him in. It's 2 down already. Nefrit losing his first life. Mello trying to get in the backlash, but he's straight into the spike cap as the kisses are coming down. Nefrit get a bit of safety inside the snowball. They're trying to focus Featune. Featune getting locked up, bring down Featune, but it's costing them so much blood here as 4 fall. And now Chu, he's going to get run down as well by Navi as they killed the carry, but it cost them everything.
Ramses plus 387 damage. They're fighting in the choke point, Owen. Like, yeah, you're killing the PA, but he's standing in the pit of malice. The firestorm rains wildfire down upon all enemies. And now 400 damage. Like, look at this.
Look at the siege potential indeed.
Oh, man.
They smash him through these towers.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And there's your objective push.
The true men are off. Who's the real carry? This strat. Oh my god.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It's a Rex. Yeah, they're just gonna Rex him. He hits so hard, and they just get the hell out of dodge. I love it.
Dire's middle
Well, objective taken, they lose nothing. They're not even heading back to base their stand on the map, of course, Navi. Straight up to the top
Dire's middle
lane.
barracks.
Soon to be rejoined by Vtune in 10 seconds.
Perfect play. And they welcome an engagement. Look at the damage.
Extremum. They're trying to head out towards Navi again, but they're only going to die here, Chu. He'll fall. Ramsey's another kill for him. As this one, it is. I mean, if it's not already there, getting to that sort of impossible territory for Extremum. Very tough game right now, down 16k. Navi with a Storm and PA out of control. And an Underlord. I mean, all 3 of their cores in a phenomenal position. And only really Nefrit that's able to stand toe-to-toe with him. See both Mello and Shashlo just falling completely behind.
Yeah, this is a tough one, Owen. Just tough for. I think if you pressure Navi more earlier on in the game, perhaps things
Stupendous!
get a bit simpler for you. But at this stage, you know, credit to Ramses. A big part of why they've just been unable to really get much movement going on the map. He just sat at that mid tower for so long. A couple unfortunate deaths from Shachlo as well.
Visibility!
Trying to use his body, but I think that one death mid really put the fear into him. And now it's just a clean sweep from Navi. They clear out top, get the outpost, kill some waves. Midrax is dead. Sweep the map straight to bottom, push in high ground. Aeon disc finish on Roger. He's not really a target any longer. Glimmer Cape on Always Want to Fly, but he just has to position properly, should be fine. Keep your cores between him and the bad guys. Where's V2 going? Guys, just go play.
Yeah, he's getting his Satanic finished.
Oh, this is cute. That's what we call the old switcheroo.
Extremum at this point, though, not leaving their base. I know that the whole map's a pretty scary place right now. And they'll happily wait until Navi show themselves with a high ground push.
Look at all the couriers from the Navi side. Items are certainly on the way. Shiva's complete on the Underlord of Ramses. He is literally unkillable, plus the Cloak of Flames. You gotta love it. Satanic soon to be completed as well on the PA. I believe he just got it on Courier. Here it comes. He has Aegis. Oh, it's go time.
They got to do something here, Extremum. Otherwise they'll be losing their base. Snap for it.
That's cool. The break, removing the crit from the Wraith King. Will also remove the Centaur return.
Just did it straight away. He's going to catch the on the back line. That's Mellow gone. Chu's going to get low. Will manage to get the snowball off B-Tune. Turns over towards Nefrit. B-Tune coming in after the Wraith King. The breaks out as well. Wraith King's got to step back. A buyback from Mellow. And Navi not losing anyone here. B-Tune's going to get healed up after the Fox Promise. He's going to look to jump back in with Iceberg over towards Nefrit. Nefrit down the once. Another drag here. Another catch from Iceberg as he's immediately in with the Vortex, pulling back the three of them. And that's 3 dead, no buyback. 4 dead, no buyback. Triple kill for Iceberg as GG is called. Navi will take this game. With that, the series looking as you'd expect, right? When you look at this Navi lineup, this is the sort of performance that you expect to see from them.